And you're on.
All right, guys. Well, I didn't get to talk this time. I missed it last time you guys were here. We were on the road, but it was warm where we were at.
We missed you.
Oh, thank you. But, again, conference was life-changing. But I am going to talk a little bit about what I was going to talk about then and what I did on the video that some of you guys got to see. I'm going to elaborate a little bit on that. And you know what? You think after all this time we wouldn't get nervous. I've been downing Confiance. This makes me nervous. So if I stutter or whatever, I apologize. But I do have notes on my phone so I can kind of keep on track. Because anybody that knows me, I talk and I tend to go this way, I tend to go that way. So how many of you guys are looking at things right now and thinking, you know what? 2 months ago, this happened to me, so things are going to be bad right now. Or 2 years ago, I had this happen, I had this downfall, or I had a bad relationship. So that means now nothing's going to happen positive for me. How many of you guys go through that? So the thing is we cannot let the past define who we are. Woo! Yes. So the thing is, I've been looking through different things, and we talk about this a lot. The past is important because it makes us who we are, but it doesn't define where we get to go right now and into the future. So, I'm one of those. I've never worked well for somebody else. I like to do my own thing, so that's what makes this perfect. That's why I went into massage. I can do my own thing. I get to make my own schedule. But I believe everything that happened to me in the past, even when I was a little bitty girl, made a difference to who I am right now. God had a plan, and now I just got to figure out this is where I'm supposed to be. And, I've talked with a lot of my team. I've had people ask, how in the world did you start with an Amish team? Well, you know what? When I started massage, that was not where I was going. I had friends that asked us to come in and do some things. I made friends and turned around, and I believe all of the things that I did in the last 25 years has put me where I'm at now. Amen. And I believe that had it not been for that, goodness knows where I would be and who I would be. So just keep that in mind. The past does determine who we are, but it doesn't define us. And then the choices that we make is choices. So it's just one of those great things. We have been given all of these amazing opportunities that the company has put out there to us. So now we have to start today, because remember, today's a present. Today's present, it is a present, and we need to move forward. So again, I did a couple of things on here. One of the things I think is the biggest deal, past people, we've all had bad things happen, but it's all in the attitude and how you actually respond to it that makes all the difference. So if you go on with the attitude that things are terrible, I came from a poor childhood, I came from a broken home, I moved several houses, several different states, several different cities, and probably 15 in 1 year. If I would go back on that and say, well, that's going to define who I am, then again, we wouldn't be where we're at. So the way I look at it, that actually gave us, we made a choice. We weren't going to do that. That wasn't going to happen to us. And now we've stayed in our same place for 17 years. I've been married for almost 28 of the 29 years. A few years, because we weren't going to do that. But it's choices and it's attitudes that we do with that. So sometimes, I told you, I'm going down these little rabbit holes. It's not where I was going to go.
It happens.
So, one of the things I put on, or that I found on here, again, it's the most significant decision that we can make on a day-to-day basis is a choice of attitude. It's more important than my past, my education, my bankroll, my successes or failures, fame or pain, what other people think of me. How many of you guys worry every single day? What is my neighbor going to think? What is my mom going to think? What is my dad going to think? And I will tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you that I have a family that does not believe in what I do. And we let it go on because we know that this is pretty awesome. So we can't let it, again, if we have that attitude that, oh my gosh, everybody thinks we are crazy, well, we are. So, but it's a good crazy. My phone keeps messing up here. And again, your attitude can keep you going or it can cripple you. So it depends on what you look at and how you do it. There's no barrier too high, there's no valley too deep, no dream too extreme, or no challenge too great. Again, it's all in how you look at it. I think my best quote, or my most favorite quote, and see if you guys know who this is. Here you go. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss. Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the truth. If we're going to let all these people kind of do this little talking in our ear, you know what? It's all in how you make it. And those around us, is why we like to get together with a group like this, because we all lift each other up, we feed each other, we fill each other up, we do all that awesome stuff for each other. And that helps when we go out into those little, little meetings or family gatherings. You know, I was with my brother on the Super Bowl, and it was one of those, we're not allowed to talk about this stuff when I'm with you. I'm like, I don't get you, I don't understand, but it's okay. They don't get it. Eventually he will, but all right. All right, we cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is clean on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. Again, I know I keep going through that, but it's one of those things that, again, it's how we focus on it. If we think bad thoughts, or if we think negative things come to us. If we think positive, and we go through positive, and just know that what we have today is going to build on our future. And I'm looking at the time, make sure I'm good on time here. But just knowing that we have a gift, we have something very special, and we know that the company has our back. I know you guys have one big family here. So if we go out in the world and you got people that are telling you you're crazy, this is just absolutely insane, make a phone call or get on Facebook or whatever you got to do to help lift you back up. And I know I said when we were coming back, but right now it's time for us to be laser focused. We need to block out all that noise and all those people that are telling us that we can't do this. We are proof that this does work, that we are proof that bonuses are real. We do get paid those bonuses, and we're proof that this is life-changing, and they've never done these double bonuses before. And we only have this amount of time. So how many of you guys are willing to block out the noise, put the blinders on, go and focus, and go for your bonuses? Okay? So the attitude, remember that you guys are out there, you guys can do this. This is a fantastic company, and we got this. Right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, I don't think I did my 10 minutes, but I think I'm just done on my soapbox. And so I get to introduce a gal that I've actually got to know and come to love, that's in this company with me, and we get to do a lot of stuff together. She is, I know you guys heard from her just a little while ago, and I know her and her hubby do this together, and it's awesome that we all get to do this, we all get to become friends. So Miss Lindsay Moss, come on up.
Oh, big breath. I didn't take any coffee at all. That was big sleep.
The nice thing is, as soon as they get it,
So bear with me too.
start.
Okay. I get to talk about kind of a funny topic that you'll hear more from Megan and Marietta in a little bit on this, but I'm going to talk about frogs. And I want you guys to think about something. Have you ever heard the analogy with frogs and hot? How many of you guys have heard that story? Raise your hands. When you think about frogs, and this is just so funny to me, I just laugh at it, but think outside the box for a minute and have your mind go to where in this business, how you can turn into a frog in boiling water. And when you put a frog in a regular room temperature water, they're not going to jump out, right? And then when you turn the water up to boiling, they're still not going to jump out because they're in this pot with other frogs and they're all just hanging out in a big boiling pot together, right? That's what happens. And they're comfortable. They become more, they just are there. They just stay there. And the funny thing is, if you put a frog in a boiling water right away, they're going to jump out right away. How does it make sense for our business is when you get so comfortable where you're at or what we're doing and not changing anything, not getting out of your comfort zone, that you don't get out of that dark pot. How many of you guys want to get out of that pot that you're in right now? Yes. Right? So they'll talk about that a little little bit, but a topic that always I think about a lot is when I joined in January 2012, we went diamond in 4.5 months. If you think about that, that's a short period of time. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, what did we do different that we're doing now? And I can tell you, for me, everybody's different, their journey's different with how they go diamond in some cases, but I can tell you a lot of us is we party, and we get the wrap on people, and you make wrap cash, right? It's exciting. And get some loyals in the process, you find some distributors in the process. So I want to do something with you guys real quick. If you started a business and within your first 30 days, you had a party, a launch of some sort for yourself, can you guys stand up? That's fantastic. Okay, if you're at your party and you made wrap cash, stay standing. If you were at your party and you got a loyal customer, stay standing. Right? If you got a distributor, some of you may be sitting down at this point, if you got a distributor at your first party, stay standing. But look at this. What have you guys noticed just from the wrap cash and the loyal customers? What happened? Everybody stayed up. You had revenue. You had production happen at that first party. So why is it that when we don't party, we may not get our first loyals, or we may not make any wrap cash? And what happens? We lose our excitement, right? So what is wrong with the idea of having a party again for ourselves? Absolutely nothing, right? And I look back at that and I'm thinking, if I would party more again, like we used to, instead of turning into, we go about this adventure, this journey. We may have been in it a couple months, a couple years, maybe a year, whatever, and we just have stopped partying sometimes. How many of you guys can't really remember the last time you had a party? That's me. I admit it, that's me. Do I want to have more? Absolutely. Am I going to be creative and think outside the box to get some more? Absolutely. And I want to give you guys this quote from my second husband, John and Eric. He had his social media day a couple days ago, and he said, opportunity is treasure buried inside tension. And that encourages you to think outside the box, because that opportunity is buried there inside those parties. We have this calendar for you guys. How many of you guys have seen the Tier Miracle February calendar? You've seen it recently. Great. That's good. Thank you. We have those things now. Back when Megan started, Liz, we didn't have those events for you guys, for us. But in a way, I almost think it's a good thing, and it's a balance. And Cammy Nelson had a call with us leaders, Diamonds Above, today. That was about balance. And when you go to any event that you have, it should be intentional business. It's not a come, socialize, and leave. That is not why we have these things. They are for your business to be intentional at this very point in time. Whether that's getting a guest here, this was a crazy night for weather, right? That happens. Go set up a one-on-one with them if they did not come tonight. That should be on your next to-do list, is to get in touch with them, make it a point to get with them. Ask them to have a party. Go to your best friends, ask them to do a favor for you and have a party for you. But they might have anything to do with it works in what you're doing. But I can tell you what, my first 5 out of 9 distributors that I got in my team within my first 3 to 4 months of business, 5 out of 9 came from a party. Megan Christner was one of them. Annette Gunner was a loyal customer, and she became a distributor. Loyals turn into distributors, right? And so I think we had a couple of calls with our teams at the end of last month that really focused on that volume and that production, and that's what your retention is going to come into. But loyal customers become distributors, and you got to remember that. You may be distributor focused right know, for your double good bonuses and go for diamond. But those loyals will turn into those distributors if you get them on board now. And that volume will be there, and your team's gonna grow. So think about that. Another thing Tammy said that was really important, besides balance of time, was, and using your time effectively, was this is the time of revenue. This right now is the time of revenue. You guys know what revenue means? It means you are bringing in loyals, you're bringing distributors, you're wrapping people, you're making wrap cash. Those should be the only three things you're focusing on. You shouldn't be looking left or right and wondering what other businesses are doing. If you really, truly believe you want that good bonus, it's revenue time. So I think that was all I had. Let me try to miss anything.
I have an input. I know she hates it when I do this. Yeah, I'm going to stand in front of the camera. I know. I'm going to tell you right now, too. And this is everybody. I love that woman, even though she's supposedly seen another guy down there. I love her to death, but she's right. She was absolutely glowing when she was having parties. Mm-hmm. Okay? She was glowing when she was having parties. She made me want to give up coaching. And you can see it on me. She made me want to give up coaching when she was having parties. When she stopped having parties and she started working this business and making it a business, I felt like it was corporate America at that point. And at that point, I lost her glow. I lost my wife. And when she was glowing again and she started seeing that, and she started taking me to events, and so that's all the guys out there going to events, that's what made me say, glow again. Shine again, and that's what I've started this year so far, and I love every bit of it. So remember that when you got the guys at home, the wife glows when she's loving what she's doing. She's not going out to a bowling league, or she's not doing that. She's having parties and hanging out with some of her best friends and making money. I love every bit of it. Okay?
Yeah.
Had to do it.
Yeah, I guess I should sit here now. This was the other thing I forgot to touch on. If what you're doing right now is working for you and you're bringing guests to meetings, these meetings we have in Motion, Shipshe, Neppanee, Granger, wherever you're having them, and it's working for you and you have those people coming, they're excited, they see the big picture, keep doing that, okay? If you're having parties right now and that's working for you, keep doing it. But if what you're doing right now is not working and you're like, oh, what can I do differently? Guess what? You have an option to change. You have an option to get out of that darn pot and do something different. So if you're not partying, do them. And you want to make more of that, excitement happen, then do them. So that's just my soapbox tonight.
I like it.
So I get the honor to bring up Megan Christner and Marietta Miller. They're going to share with us on more on this topic and some success and questions.
Hi. Sorry, but John Eric is mine.
I got to fight you?
Do you guys have questions?
Fantastic.
Anybody have questions? Really?
Awesome. Yeah, let's collect some questions.
Okay, well, think about it.
Do you guys need chairs at all, please?
Yes, I am. I was just texting Lindsay. You texted me? I just texted you. Okay. Seriously,
Nobody has questions?
everybody knows how to go Ruby, apparently. Monica.
Do you have it written down or are you just going to ask it? Okay.
Okay. What is the best way for me to get my loyal customers?
See, this is something that I've talked to.
I talked to Megan and Lindsay about this. They came in, I always joke about them coming out of the womb wearing makeup, right? Their moms did very okay, and always, they kind of came out knowing what to do, knowing how to do is to sign customers. So this, I've often told them that a lot of people don't know what they know about customers, so I'm going to hand the phone to Megan because she came out of the womb knowing how to sign customers. Not true. Come see me in the morning, and I promise you, the hair gets a little crazy.
Prove it.
I'll take a picture. Just wait. I'll send it to you. Okay, and Lindsay can kind of piggyback off of this too, because she's amazing at getting loyal customers as well. But again, for me, like Lindsay was the first person in TNT to get the loyal customer bonus. Yeah. And I had followed right behind her with that. And reason being is we partied. When you party, how many people do you get in front of? Lots. You're working smarter. You can get in front, that's the same amount of time with however many more people than just one. Now, granted, if people are calling and saying, especially right now with the weather, that they're not coming, it's still a one-on-one. You can still go and meet with them. And that's still minimally a loyal customer. And I go in with the mentality that minimally, I'm getting a loyal customer. Minimally. I'm citing them one way or another. I'm sharing the opportunity with them. And if that's not for them, we have something that everybody wants. And so part of it's right here, but parties is where we got it. And if you're just trying to even get in front of people as far as loyal customers go, and this is how I message people, but I want people's opinion of what we have. And so that's what I ask them. I'm like, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing on Facebook, but I really would love to share this with you and just get your opinion of it. You, especially those, people in your circle, and even acquaintances, that appreciate health and wellness. Those are the people I go to and say, do you have an appreciation for this? And I would love to get your opinion of our products. Like I have some samples that you can try, but can I come over and can I share these with you? I mean, just getting in front of people and sharing with them. Another great avenue, especially right now with the weather in our area, is have you guys seen that post or the snapshot picture of you're looking for testers for your products? Absolutely use that. Don't just post it on Facebook and expect everybody to inbox you and post that, yep, I'm in, yep, I'm in, yep, I'm in. People will reach out and call people. That's what's going to get it. I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea to post it, but if you're not reaching out individually with people and making that connection and building that relationship, we have products that people take and that they're looking for to feel better, look better. Some people want the wraps for that. That's personal. And we have to build that relationship with them. It's a trust. This business is about relationships, but it's also about trust. And so even if you have to talk to them a couple times, don't just, if they say no right off the bat or they don't respond, that's okay. It's just building that relationship. But use some of those tools that are there. Lindsay made that post of that picture to use. I mean, just take advantage of some of those. I mean, she posted it because it works for her. So use that too.
Can I say something real quick? I think the verbiage is what really, we've used that picture before in the past. I think the verbiage of just saying, I'm looking for this many, X amount by the end of February. Will you be one of my 4? Or will you be one of my 5? Whatever your goal is. But if you don't ask that, will you be one of them? Then it just doesn't, the verbiage is what I think is the key for that. So make sure you're using that. It's simple and it just cuts to the chase. But don't just go to someone you just friended on Facebook and just send it to them for that. Build that relationship first and then go from there.
Here's another idea. What is your favorite product? I mean, what is your testimony with the products that we have? Think of 4 people that you would love to get their opinion because this is what your testimony is and you can't wait to hear what they have, what they experience after 3 months on it. Reach out to them and ask them. Be specific about the products. You don't have to use even just that. Ask for specific products. But there's so many different ways that you can take this and share it with people. But you know what? I'm with Lindsay. Parties is where you're going to have the most people. You can sign 4 to 8 loyal customers at one party by having a party. So I mean, I think it depends on your approach, but it's not black and white. You guys, there's a lot of gray areas. There's a lot of different avenues. Like Lindsay said, if something's working for you, great, use it. If it's not, ask. Because there's different avenues that you guys can take. Did I answer it, Monica?
I have another one a question for this one. So people like me who, I changed cultures when I was 27 years old, and everybody that I knew up to the time I was 27, either A, didn't want to be on my team, or I didn't want them on my team. So when I was 27 years old, I started from scratch. When I joined this company, I was 36 when I joined. So from 27 to 36, that's what, 9 years? So I only had 9 years of time build relationships. So I was one of those people that when I started, I literally didn't think I knew enough people to go anywhere. How many of you feel that way? There's people like Lindsay, Liz, Megan, these guys that went to school all together, that just know everybody. I was not one of those people. So when I hear them say, oh, we just have parties, I go, well, how do you get the parties if you don't know the people? That's what I think, right? How many of you were thinking that? So I would like them to answer that question, because that's a whole new avenue. But I'm here to tell you that in the relationships that I had built in 9 years, I didn't know a lot of people, but I knew Amy, and I knew Liz's sister Kim, and I thought they know everybody. So I wanted to get in front of them, so I just said to them, I don't know if this is something you would like to do or not. I'd love for you to join me, but if you don't, it's okay. But I know that you have a huge network of people that I need to get in front of. When can we sit down and talk? And then they both got on board, they both had parties, and they brought me people. So it doesn't matter how many people we know, it's who do we know that knows everybody. But as far as getting parties, that was not my strong suit. So I'm going to hand the mic back to Megan, and can you answer that question for us?
Well, and you kind of answered it right there too. What did she do? Because she didn't know a lot of people. Who did she know that knew a lot of people? Liz and her sister. That y'all know people that know more people than you, right? Ask them. Say, can you help me out? I'm going for a goal. You may not be interested, but I'm sure you know somebody that is. Take it away from them. At least you're telling them what you need or what you're looking for, and you don't know if they're going to. More than likely, if you know a lot of people, and people want to help people out, ask. You have to ask. They don't know what you want if you don't tell them what you're looking for. So make sure you're asking that way. Blitzing is another great way to get parties. I've gotten parties from blitzing people. When people ask, how do I get it for free? Or how, you can have a party? What? People will tell you that's what the Blitz card's made for. Blitz. If you don't have the contacts, go out and meet your contacts. Expos. This is prime season for expos. Wedding season's coming up. Get involved there. Get contacts. Get leads. Call them. There's so many different scripts. Pam Sauter shares with us some of those scripts too on how to reach out to people and build parties from that. People can win a free tune and neck wrap for them to find their friends. That is a party, guys. When we're in front of people, that's a party. So if you don't have the network and the people around you that you feel like you can reach out to just have a lot of parties, then it's our job to go find them. But those are the tools that we have at our hands, those Blitz cards, and I hand that to somebody and she's like, I can have a party? I didn't say anything. I just blitzed her and she told me she wanted to have a party. Great, let's have a party. So, and then that's where you're prepared. You have your date book, you know your calendar, and you give them options as to when you're available and you book it right then and there. If she has to get back to you, great. I'll call you in 2 days. Like, always be the one that's following up. But that's how we get in front of people. You can't, it's not, our job in this business is to have success. It's not anybody else's job to help us have success. It's our job. So we have to spread out and stretch ourselves and get out of our comfort zone a little bit. I get it. Blitzing's scary. I get it. I'm scared. Absolutely. But I know that this is bigger than just me walking up to somebody and talking to them too. And I know what it can do. So, I mean, there's so many different avenues, and I think a lot of it's just us getting over ourselves and stepping out and doing it.
Can I interject too? The other thing too is like your chicken list. Like Lindsay was like on my chicken list. Like she probably doesn't know this, but she was totally on my chicken list. Like I was totally intimidated by her, but I was like, well, I'm just gonna step out and see. So go for your chicken list too, and do it afraid. Messages people, because you never know where it may bring you.
No, and that's a great point too. I think Marietta will expand on this. So don't read a ton of literature and spend so much time trying to gain. It works, has all the tools for you. But Go Pro is a phenomenal book, and in there he says, take your hundreds list, create it. And what I just heard Marietta say is that she didn't have a 100 list. But he does say every day, add one more to your 100 list.
Yes.
And that's a handshake. That's going on Facebook and commenting on another family and saying, that they look beautiful and, and you admire them. If you add one more person to your contact list, which is what this woman has done, then you get to see this woman at a phenomenal party when everybody's just absolutely praising her up and down, and you realize she has a lot more than 100 people on her list. Woo! And so that's where it takes off from there. So expand your 100 list.
Thank you. And that's why I wanted you guys to see that I was not like these guys that have that great network. Because a lot of people think that that's the only way they can be successful. I love what Kirsten Johnson said on the call. I know Steph was going to talk about a little bit about this. There's two things that she said on the call that left me speechless. One was, what Steph was going to talk about was, it is not, what other people think of you is none of your business. How profound is that? I was literally standing there in my basement. Because I had to keep talking to her, you know. But it's none of our business. So when we're out blitzing, what they think of us for giving them a coupon is none of our business. A coupon. My daughter says that. She says a coupon. It's none of our business. Our job is just to give it to them. But the other thing that she said was, the only block you have is the one you think you have. So stop thinking you have a block. And I know that for me, I thought that for the long, I was triple, and I still thought I didn't know enough people to do this business. So was it real or was it in my head? It was all in my head. Every single aspect of this business, it starts up in here. It starts up in here. If there's nothing wrong with anything that It Works Global does, has, or is, it's not broken, it works for every single person that works it. And Tammy, I think it's Bob Goshen that says, when we get the person right, the business works. What that just means is that this business works the same for every single person. It's our mindset and our action that is going to make our journey different than anyone else's. So whether you know 2 people or you know 150 people, you can be successful in this business if you're going to open your mouth and talk to them and you're going to go expand your territory. I was terrified of blitzing. I was a brand new, I think I just gone Ruby. Me and one of my girls had both gone Ruby the same month, and Tiffany came up, and she told us we're going to go blitzing. She's going to take us blitzing. We were freaked out. We're like, I was like, she's going to walk and just talk to me about this. They're just not going to try to like mince around. And we are so afraid of being rap girls that it's really ridiculous. I mean, I'm speaking to myself. I'm not anymore. But we, how many of you are really kind of freaked out that you're a rap girl? Come on, just admit it. I'm not anymore, but I used to be. Well, there you go. So how many of you that
More rap guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. No discrimination. We're all family. But we really don't take ownership of the fact that we're a rap girl. And for whatever reason, maybe I thought for the longest time I was too big to be a rap girl. I was like, well, they're going to think my product doesn't work. Candy Dempsey thought she was too young to be a rap girl. They're not going to take, I'm a skinny young girl. Why would they buy from me? It doesn't matter what size we are. It does not matter if we are male or female. It does not matter if we are large or small or whatever. It doesn't matter if we are, what color we are. It does not matter what we look like. It's what we have up in here. Like Liz, she had never rapped before. So how many of you hear people say, well, I have to try it myself before I can sell it? That's not true either. That's all in our heads. So most of the things that we believe aren't true. Well, they're true for us because we believe them, but we can choose to change our perspective to change our view. So if we're sitting here and we're thinking like I was until I was about triple, one day it hit me. I'm triple diamond, I still think I don't know enough people to do this business. And it hit me because at that time we were adding about, it was during revenue time, was between February and June sometime. And Mark Pentecost had said on the call that 1,000 people are joining It Works as customers or distributors daily, at least 5 days out of the week. So all of a sudden it clicked to me, there's that many people that want this. I only need a few of those. I don't need to know 1,000 people. There's people that want this. There's people that are looking for this. There's people that are praying for this. Joan just told me a story tonight about a gal that was just praying for something to come along and help change her life. She just needed something. And she knew a girl who was on Joan's team who had messaged her before, but she apparently didn't respond. And she prayed and said, if Sylvia calls me, if this is something for me, Sylvia will call me. I don't have to call her. Sylvia picks up the phone and calls her. She hadn't talked to her or seen her in 15 years. So how many of us are afraid of the phone? How heavy is the phone when you pick it up? But would it be worth it to be an answer to someone's prayer? Would it be worth it? We have the answer to so many people's prayer. Are we the answer to everyone's prayer? No. Are we the answer to a lot of people's prayer? Absolutely. Why don't we step into it? It's time to pick a bowl and call people. And I'm speaking to myself because the phone gets so heavy when I pick it up. I'm like, oh, go to voicemail, please go to voicemail, please go to voicemail. You know, I literally do the go to voicemail dance. Like, please go to voicemail, please go to voicemail, please go to voicemail. But we literally, if we learn to put a smile on our face and just make those phone calls and do it afraid, just do it afraid, it could change someone's life. And wouldn't we want that person on our team? What if somebody else had called her before Sylvia had? You know, don't let other people call your people before you. And how many of you thought you don't know a lot of people, and then you go to an event and you see someone that you knew before and they show up on someone else's team? How much does that hurt? You're like, oh. You know, so we all know more people than we think we know, and the only block we have is the one we think we have. So I'm gonna hand it back, Mike, back to me.
Okay, how many of you guys moms and dads? Okay, so we talked about picking up the phone and how heavy the phone is. We were blessed enough to go up to Tiffany Passek's house this last week with some of the VIPs on my team, and she just picked up the phone. And I know some of you guys got a chance to see this too. Pick up the phone and just started calling people. We were just in awe of like what she was doing. Because I'm like, I'll just sit behind my phone and text people. I'll sit behind my computer, Facebook people, absolutely. And she's calling people. And I've done that before. I call people and I'm like, okay, I'm so nervous. I'm really nervous right now. Oh my goodness, what if they pick up the phone? I don't really know what to. And then I like start talking and gibberish comes out of my mouth. And the phone's heavy, and I get that. But how long has she done this business? People were picking, it's the middle of the day, and people are picking up their phone. And that's why I asked her, I said, how people actually pick up? She goes, because I want them to pick up. Like, that's what she's thinking in her head. She wants to pick up. Exactly. And then we leave a message, and then they don't call us back, because who knows, we probably left them a message long enough that it shut us off, and we didn't even know what to say. So, that's how, it's all right here. I mean, it's like when we have kids, for example. Those that have kids, dads, moms, been around kids, with your first child, if you have more than one, your first child, I mean, I remember, like, I didn't want to leave. I told the nurses, I'm like, can one of you guys come home with me? I don't know what to do right now. And then as you get your kid, I'm like, whatever, I got this. He's chewing on, like, a shoe, whatever. It doesn't even matter. It's completely different. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes, the more you know. And that's the same thing with the phone. That's the same thing with talking to people. All of us have had more no's than yeses. It's just, are you willing to get past it? That's the question. Yeah, a lot. But they don't stop me. I'm like, all right, move on, next, like no big deal. And that's the mindset too that we have. And go ahead, you guys have some questions.
Let's say I'm a Ruby and the amount of phone calls per week. What would be a good round number as a Ruby? This is my goal that I'm going for. How many should I make a week?
You're going for Ruby?
I'm going for Ruby. How many phone calls should I be making every single week?
Why the movie?
Well, if you're at a time crunch, and say for instance, you're trying to work your business with intention, my just rule of thumb is 5 new people a day. That's consistently talking with, working with your leads, still building those relationships with other people, 5 new people a day. Truly. It depends on how quick you want to go. That's the other question you have to ask yourself. What are you willing to invest in your business that you may have to say no to? Like, you know, right now, somebody brought it up. I think here, maybe it was somebody I was listening to on my right. But if it does not better my family or my business right now, because these are double good bonuses. Yeah. I am still in shock that they're even willing to give this to us. And how many of you guys are sitting out there being like, I want to go for it. I want to try to get it. Nobody's gonna raise their hand? Okay, that's fine, because I'm pretty loud. But I mean, we're all like hesitant, and we have to claim this. So right now, if it does not better my family or it does not better my business, I am not doing it. This has not come around all that often. Like I can't even tell you. I was talking to a couple people that are in a business that I had done before, and a new distributor of mine had reached out and talked to these people, and they were in the same business, and they're like, wait, talking to them about the $500 bonus on top of the $500 guarantee that we get at Ruby for anybody starting new. That's close to $1,000 in your first 60 days. And she is like, wait, so you're telling me that this company is going to give you $500 extra just for doing what you're supposed to do to get a check? Ding, 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 absolutely. So why are we not running towards it? I mean, to me, that's what, I know. That's what this is what this is about right now. So it's stepping out in fear, getting over ourselves, and
rehearsing my broken record if I don't know any people. Yes, I did that. She said, if I gave you $1,000 right now for everybody you can call that you haven't talked to yet about it works, how much money would you make at the end of the day? I said, well, probably about 20,000. She goes, pick the phone up and start calling those people. She was not smiling. She always smiles. So my question to you is, if I gave you $1,000 right now for everybody that you have not yet talked to about it works, how many $1,000 would you make by the time this time's over?
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Bring it, baby, bring it. So I think that we have to get out of our own way with that, and I know this, I can speak from experience because I was one of the worst people for thinking I didn't know enough people. And what we don't understand, when we think we don't know enough people, we're limiting ourselves. It's the same as if you're walking into the store and you have broke mentality. How many of us have had poverty mentality before, where we're so broke, we're like, oh my God. And we said the words, we can't afford that. How many of you have used that phrase over and over and over? We can't afford that, we can't afford that. Guess what happens to your brain when you say that? It shuts off right there. It shuts off. But what if you say, gosh, how could I afford that? What suddenly starts to happen? Your lid lifts and you start thinking, whoa, maybe I can wrap a couple extra people. Maybe I can do, and you start to think, and it lifts the lid, and you start to have some breathing room. It makes you feel excited about how can I afford that? And you feel so great when you can buy it. You just look at it and say, I can't afford that. It closes yourself down. So when we are saying to ourselves and to other people, I don't know enough people, I don't know anybody, we're closing ourselves off. And I did that for a long time. Thank God.
Chapter 1, John C. Maxwell, The Laws of Leadership, is what she's talking about. It's the law of the lid. Chapter 1, John C. Maxwell, Leadership.
Thank you. It literally is all in our head, between our ears. It is. This business, remember the call we did a while back, about 90% is in your head, 90% is mental. And for me, that was one of the biggest blocks that I thought I had, that when I let go of it, I realized, and I sometimes still tend to go back there. You know how when you let go of something, you tend to sometimes still default back to that when you're having a bad day, right? So we're like, I don't remember, this was probably about 6 months ago, I was in a place where I like to have 17 people in my pipeline at all times, which means that's somebody who said they want to do the business or they want to do the products, but they just haven't gotten off the fence. Because I know if I have 17 in there at all times, there's always going to be somebody busting out. If I have 3, 4 people in there, it could be a year before they come out. It took me 8 months to say yes to Tiffany. 8 months. So if you only have 3 or 4 people in there, good luck. So I did that, and I'm saying that, I'm speaking to myself, I did that. I thought if I had 3 or 4 people on the fence, I'm good. No, I'm not. So anyway, about 6 months ago, I had, before we left for California, I realized I didn't have very many people in the pipeline. And I was starting to freak out and going back to that mentality of I just don't know enough people. Well, what God was doing is he was clearing my schedule here to take me to California for what he had planned there. And while I was in California, I can't tell you how many people from here reached out and said, okay, when you get back, it's time to sit down and talk about this crazy rap thing. And so being consistent and consistently keeping on talking to people and not, like Monica said, don't take the first no. Respect that. I love what she said. And what I usually do is I say, well, awesome. Who do you know that just had a baby that might like to try my rap? Well, awesome. Who do you know that would like to stay at home with their kids and make an extra $500 from home? Well, awesome. Everything is awesome, right? Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. I'm going to keep my day job, don't worry. But seriously, the only block we have is in our head. And I don't know why we're going on and on about this, but get off that a little bit. Okay. So this is the other thing. She says 17. I'm very adamant with my team about 10. Always have 10. You have your hundreds list you're working from, but if you're just looking at 100 people and don't have intention with what you're going to do with those 100 people, then you're just going to stare at a page of 100 people. I mean, plain and simple, because it's overwhelming and you don't know what to do with it. So I'm very adamant about 10, 10, and 10. Who are 10 people that you want to talk to about the business? Who are these 10 people that in your head, looking at your hundreds list, that you want to work with, that you know could use this, that knows a lot of people, whatever it may be, 10 people. 10 people on your loyal customer list that you're looking to share the products with, that you in your head know that either they're going to want to try the wrap, or they have something that we can help them with, which is, it should be very easy to find your 10 people.
and then a list of 10 people for parties, because that's where there's numbers. So, but if you are going, yes, the follow-up with those people, but if they're not ready to jump off the fence right now, follow up with them. Don't hang on to that. Don't hang on to it. Keep moving. Keep talking to people. It is not their job to help us get a double good bonus. It is not their job. It is our job to share the products with them. It's our job to share the opportunity with them, but it's not their job. If it's not their time, that's okay. Make a different list. Add more, talk to more people. If we keep going back and back and back and back all the time, we're just, in a way, we're probably annoying them. And if it's not their time, it's not their time. They're gonna do better when it's their time. They're gonna be more excited when it's their time, and we can help them more when it's their time. So if you're not getting it, and you're talking to the same 10 people that you've talked to for the last 2 years, change that and talk to new people. If you don't have new people, use the tactics we just talked about on how to get more names, how to get more parties, how to get in front of more people. But nothing should stop us. There should be urgency here with this. A lot of urgency. And it's how can you get out and talk to more people now, today, $1,000 a person. For everybody that you can reach out to that you have yet to talk to. I mean, that's the urgency that we should have every day, not just today at Greene because we're talking about it, but that's the urgency we should have tomorrow and every single day going forward.
When I was brand new, and even when I wasn't brand new, it took me 7 months to get to Ruby. Then I was Ruby for 4 months, and then I went Diamond. But during that time, I was overwhelmed when Mike Patillo said that we should blitz 5 people a day. Because you guys know my story, I had postpartum depression, I couldn't function on a very high, I wasn't very high functioning. If I got through the day I was doing well, let's just put it that way. So I talked to Tiffany, I said, I feel so overwhelmed. She goes, well, just talk to 2 people a day. So I consistently did that. So you can go anywhere you want to go in this business by consistently talking to 2 people, but if you want these double good bonuses, that's not gonna cut it. Just saying, it's not gonna. So now that I'm doubling down, but I'm just telling you, if you feel overwhelmed by some of the stuff we're talking about, don't think that you have to do what we're talking about to get there eventually, but just know it's going to take you longer, and that's okay. Everybody's journey is their journey, but we're talking to those people that want those good bonuses. Right now, we're talking to those people that want those double good bonuses and what we're going to have to do. When Mark said we need to double down, my goal is always, like she said, follow up with 10 people that I've been working with, talk to 10 new people, and then start dating 10 more people on Facebook. And when I talk about dating, like on Facebook or wherever, like adding to my list, I'm not going to just message someone who I haven't done anything with on Facebook just about my products right away. I'm going to message them and say, talk to them about their kids or whatever, or I'm going to start following them a little bit. That's called the dating process. Once I've dated, they know I'm in their radar, and they're starting to see my stuff on Facebook, because if you go and comment on someone's page, your stuff's going to show up in their news feed for the next however long until, for a little while. I don't know how long, but so dating them in my mind is getting them to see my news feed. I'm commenting on their stuff. Because I used to do 5, 5, and 5. And Mark said double down. I said, all right, boss, I'm doing it. 10, 10, and 10. So don't get overwhelmed if that's not you, but if you want those double good bonuses, you're going to have to. It's just period the end. It's a numbers game. And some of these people that you're going to talk to now that will say no to help you get to Diamond will eventually join your business when you're double or triple, and they'll make you a lot more money. So don't think that this time is wasted, even if it's only a few people say yes, because you only need a few people, but to get a few people to say yes, you have to talk to a lot of people. So we're not trying to be hard on you, we're not trying to be, we're just trying to be helpful to know that this is what it takes to get these double good bonuses and get it done. You need to find a couple runners. In order to find a couple runners, you might have to sign a handful of people. So, but every single one of you in here can do it. There's not one single person, if I can do this, you all can do this. I was at a place where I was at the lowest of my life, and I still did it because I knew there was change. I knew if I didn't do something, my life would never change. So it doesn't matter how many people you know. It doesn't matter if you're going to go faster, if you're going to go slow. We're just telling you, if you want those double good bonuses, you're going to have to double down and work this like a business or like a job. If you don't show up at your job, are you going to get fired? Cami said on the call today, a smart leader shows up every day ready to get better. And that's what we have to do in this business if we really want to make it work, right, Monica?
I'm there.
I mean, how many of you guys, obviously, reasons why you started this business is probably because you had hope. You had hope that this was probably going to change something in your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your social life, whether it's your finances, which majority of us probably are finances, because you thought, okay, maybe, I don't know about that diamond and above, but even $300 to $500, like a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of something at the end of the month would be so great. And even if you are going for a double bonus, even if that's not the case, think about taking these and implementing them. Like, even if it's not 5 new people, what is 2 new people a day going to do for your business?
With 60 people a month.
What is 4 new customers just by reaching out at the beginning of the month to ask for product testers going to do for you? Like, that's increasing your volume, which increases your check, which increases people trying our products, that word of mouth is going to get around. That it takes your business to that next level. And so we all started this business for a reason, and we all have hope of some sort of something along that line of our chart. So take these steps and use this. And the reason why we can sit up here and talk about it is because it's how we did it. You know, Marietta not having a huge network, and look what she's done. So instead of comparing and looking at it or just saying no, like, again, it's right here. I think we have to check ourselves here in what we're saying and what we're doing, because it's making that effort to show up every day and do something for our business no matter what it is. But hang on to the hope that you have, because it does not take a certain person to do this. It doesn't mean that just because you can be presidential because you have a ginormous network of people. That's not the case. But who do you know that has a ginormous network of people? I mean, those are the questions, because really it's not about us, it's about who we can help. So if we make that shift, and I keep saying get over ourselves, but in a way we have to get over ourselves, make that shift, hang on to the hope of why you started, have that why, have that something that's going to keep you looking in to do this every single day, and do something right now. Because like Lindsay said, this is revenue producing months right now. Let's be on board now, because that's just going to change what your business is going to do for the next 2 months. Again, you don't have to go for the double bonuses, that's okay. But talk to people right now, because now's the time. And that's going to change your business. That's going to take you, no matter what, on March 31st, you will be excited where your business goes when you take these steps and are intentional with it every single day. And just talk about it, share it with people.
The Ruby bonus is your most powerful tool right now, because Rubies build diamonds. A brand new person coming in can bust out Ruby in no time. You don't even have the people on your teams yet, potentially, that are going to make you the most money. And I don't like to put it that way, because we don't, that's not why we do this business, but 80% of our paycheck comes from 20% of our people. So people can come in and bust out Ruby in no time. No time. I didn't bust out Ruby in no time. So, but people come in and they do it all the time. So right now, your best recruiting tool is that Ruby bonus. An extra $1,000 in your first 2 months of business should be what you're telling every single person that you want on your team. Is how would you like to make an extra $1,000 in your next 2 months by completing this chart, and send them that Ruby chart. That one with the, you can find it on, you can post it on Miracle, the one with the, you in the Ruby spot with the BFF friend, cousins, whatever, or BFF's friend, whatever. You know, that's what you should be talking to every single person you want on your team. How would you like to make an extra $1,000 in the next 2 months by filling out this chart? That's your biggest recruiting tool right now. Because if you're focusing on the double good for you or someone on your team, guess what? They need to go double, that's what they need for diamonds. They need 3 rubies. So if we all just got really intentional about building rubies and we stopped focusing on diamond, if you're not yet ruby, I talked about this on my call the other night, personally roll call. If you're not yet ruby, your goal should be ruby. And if you are ruby, your goal should be to help 3 people get to ruby on your team. Or more, if you're really ambitious. Building rubies is where it's at. I want to find out how many rubies it takes to go ambassador. I know that it's like, does anybody know that number? Oh, it's way more than 54. It's got to be more than that, right?
I thought it was like 53.
It takes a presidential, 2 triples, and 2 doubles. It's like over 200 rubies. It's got to be.
I just was ambassador.
But what I'm saying is that ruby's where it's at. And like she said, that extra $300 to $500 is where it's at for people. So instead of thinking, some of you are thinking so big that you can't see the trees because of the forest. And some of you are thinking so small that you can't see the forest because of the trees. So think about that for a second. Are you staring at a tree or are you staring at the forest? You need to see both. But we're not going to keep you here too much longer, but I have this thought. Oh, one of the things that I wanted to say was, make sure, the thing that you want to ask yourself is, do my actions match my goal? And if that answer is no, then you need to change one of them. And nobody wants to bring their goals down, so we have to increase our action. And the other thing I want to do is, how many of you have been to a boot camp where Dr. Don was? How many of you were there for a session where he told us to take our labels off, where he had us peel the labels off our foreheads? How many of you was that really powerful for? Right now tonight, there's some of you that have blocks, that think you have blocks, so you do. That's the only block you have, is what you're thinking you do. So I'd like us to all take a minute and think about what that block is, whether it's my size, if I'm a guy or a girl, whether it's my husband doesn't want me to do this business, whether I don't know enough people, whatever our block is that we think we have, think about that block for a minute and we're going to peel it off. We're going to throw it away because that block is only real in your mind. It's not real in my mind. It's not real in anybody else's mind. It's only real in your mind. So think about that, and we're going to get rid of it in a minute. Or do you have anything else you'd like to add? Oh, on the count of 3, whatever block you have, imagine that you're ripping it off your head, you're ripping it out of your brain, and you're throwing it away. And you're leaving your hands open to new beliefs. So everybody uncross your arms. If you're sitting back with crossed arms, uncross. Amanda, you too. I have to look over just as I said that you had your arms crossed. That's why I called you out. So imagine your block, the block that is only real in your head, not real in anybody else's head. And imagine that you're pulling it off. 1, 2, 3. Let your arms be open to receive a new belief, because a new belief is that we all are worthy of more. We are all worthy of this business. We are all worthy of that extra $1,000 a month coming in. We are all worthy of all the things that we can ask or imagine. God wants to give us more than we can ask or imagine. So the block is only real in your head, not real to anyone else, and now it's not even real to you. It's gone. The new belief, so think about the new belief you want to put back in. If it's the belief that my husband doesn't want me to do this business, so I don't know if I can be successful, forget the husband. I'm not saying leave the husband, I'm saying forget the husband. Stop focusing on the husband. Your new belief should be, my husband doesn't control me. And if he does, well, then that's another whole issue that we can't solve. But I'm just saying, yeah, we could, but we're not counselors yet. And if our limiting belief is we don't know enough people, which was mine, if that's a limiting belief, and I say I only need a few people, and if I would talk to every single person that I had to get talked to, I'd make a lot of money right now. If I had $1,000. So the fact is, I do know enough people. I do know enough people. And fact is, I can go meet new people every single day. I have 2 legs. I have a car. I have a vehicle. I have some way to get to meet new people. Some of you don't have cars. I get that. But you know a lot of people in other states that you probably haven't talked to yet. So whatever your limiting belief is, pick a new one that feels better. When we find Amy and I are good at this whole finding a better feeling thought. Like, how does that thought, the limiting thought makes you feel a certain way, right? Makes you feel like, oh, like I could probably never do this, right? The new thought coming in should give you that hope, that spark of hope that she talked about. So think about it. If you don't have a new thought to come in yet, if you don't know exactly what that is, pray about it, think about it, just marinate on it, whatever, and get a new one, because those old ones aren't serving us anymore. They just need to go. They need to go. And don't think that I'm picking anyone out of the crowd because I don't remember it. Like, I'm not. I just know I can speak only for myself and the things I've struggled with. So thank you all for coming. Oh, door prizes. Liz got some really cool signs for door prizes. We're going to start, just so you guys know what we're up to with the money that you guys pay as distributors at the door. If you don't have a guest, if you have a guest, it's free. We're going to be buying some better equipment for the live stream. so that we can, start, because we're gonna get big like Diamond Ways in South Bend, and we're gonna need some better equipment, so we're gonna, bye. So we're gonna get, we're gonna use some of that money